Alright, my name is Ariel Siegel, and today I'm going to be describing how to make talk sprites. One aspect of game design that is heavily seen in games such as RPGs are talk sprites. However, creations like this are not limited to just video games. While scrolling through YouTube and watching videos, you may come across a channel that discusses things while being presented with a 2D character on the screen. You may even see these things while watching streams with the streamer being personified by a PNG of a character while they're playing the game behind them. Whatever context that you see this thing in, it may have inspired you to try to create your own. So in this beginner tutorial, this is going to show you how to create your own. So this can be applied to anyone of all ages, but I feel like if you're going to be doing this, you'd typically be probably teens or so. So let's get on to this. The first step is to figure out what kind of art program you want to use. This can be many different ones. In this video, I used Procreate, but you can also use programs like Photoshop, Paint Tool SCI, or Clip Studio Paint. And if you don't want to spend any money, then I recommend something like Krita or GIMP. As long as you can create on it, you can use it. The next step is to decide how much of the character you want to be shown on the sprite. Do you want the full body? Do you want it from the waist up? What about just from the head and shoulders, like in this example here? Figuring this out pretty early will help you in the setup for the next step of this process, but the main thing to keep in mind is how much screen space this sprite's going to take up. For example, if you wanted to use this on a gaming stream, it's probably best to just use the character from at least the waist up so that everyone that's watching can see what's going on behind you. Step 3 is to find your reference. What are some games that you looked at that you were like, I want to make sprites like those? An example that I used personally was Persona 5, which is my favorite video game ever. Now, if you don't want to use a video game, for example, then you can use a YouTuber. Plenty of art YouTubers use their sprites while they're talking and describe things in videos, such as Ginger Ninja OWL. If you wanted to find some sprites for video games, though, there's an excellent website called the Spriters Resource. I'll link it below. Step 4 is to take into account things that your character may have that you want to emphasize. Do you want to emphasize emotions like sweats when they're actually nervous? Or you can see what I did with this character here, who is an elf, and so I bent their ears a little bit. Anything unique that is a trait to your character and your character alone, you can try and apply it here. Gives them a bit more personality. Finally, when it comes to actually wanting to draw your characters out, you can do it like I did here, but you'd want to leave space for editing these aspects. So here you can see I made different layers that the character can emote on, such as eyes, ears, eyebrows, mouth, and so on. This has allowed me to create many different poses to take from and make unique looking stills. Once your character expressions and poses are completed, then it's time to save and export them. You can either export each individual piece on its own, or combine them into a pose that you enjoy. Once you have them set up in a way you find appealing, you simply make sure that the background is transparent and make sure to save or export the sprites as PNGs. That's pretty much it. You have a talk sprite of your own to add to any game or video that you may want to use it for. And you can always go back and edit it and add more or fix it up if you want to. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and I hope it helped. Bye!